Welcome back to another episode of What the Fuck Are the Planets Doing Today? I'm your host, Brooke, and how's it going? Y'all doing all right? So the sun is officially at 10 degrees of Sag, and does feel like things have been heating up a little bit. We have Mars conjunct Juno, so it does feel like there is a little bit of love in the air. Specifically with Mars conjunct Juno, you want to be mindful of this to not really fall into the trap of lust. You want to make sure that you're seeing things clearly. We do still have Neptune retrograde, which Neptune and Uranus are working out their sextile. As you can see, Uranus has now moved to that 28-degree point. Thank goodness. Now, Mercury is now at 21 degrees and working quickly into that trine with Jupiter and Saturn that is now direct. So we only have 3 planets that are retrograde. That's a good thing, okay? I definitely, as soon as Saturn station, I felt it. It's like, okay, now it's time for the doors to open. Now it's time for the movement forward. So you all should be feeling that too. As you can see, Saturn's not quite picked up speed and hasn't really moved yet. Venus is now at 2 degrees of Sag and has already made its sextile with Pluto, and now working out of that sextile with Pluto and working out of that opposition with Uranus. Jupiter's still in that square with Chiron and Eris. Now, earlier this morning, the moon did square Pluto. So, the moon's in Taurus, you guys. We could see an even bigger uptick with what's been going on with the earth, the earthquakes, volcanoes, natural disasters, resources, because we still have Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Okay. We're working into that Gemini full moon. And speaking of Gemini full moon, I will be holding my Gemini full moon healing circle on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Would love to see you there. You can find the link to join on my website under the events tab, 12thhousequeenbee.com. So there could be even more going on with the earth. As you all know, right before Uranus ingressed back into Taurus, that was the only moon cycle that we had had in a long time, that when the moon entered an earth sign, nothing happened with the earth. However, things have been popping since Uranus retrograded back to that 29 degree. We're at 28 degrees. We're not at that critical point. However, we could still see a lot going on with our money, with our resources, with oil, with what are they called? The metals, gold, silver. Okay. So, the best way to work with this energy, just be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful of seeing things clearly, specifically with this Neptune retrograde. Get out and ground. We got a lot of energy and fire, Sag specifically, okay? So we got Venus in Sag, Mars in Sag. That wants to be playful, wants to have fun, wants to have a good time, but it's also the archer. So there could be a lot of pew, 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 okay? It is a fire sign. And Mars is working into that trine with Chiron. There could be a lot of wounds too. I did mention this yesterday, so be mindful of that. The moon is going to work into a trine with the South Node a little bit later. So there could even be things from the past coming back around. I'm keeping the daily short today. Be on the lookout for my Gemini full moon video. I'm working on all my charts now, so I hope to have that uploaded either tomorrow night or early Thursday morning. Give me one card for the energy for today. The Magician. Yeah. Be mindful of your actions. Be mindful of your intentions. Be mindful of your words. Like, specifically when you're getting ready to move forward. And how you're seeing your words. And how you're seeing money. Okay? And the reason why I say that is the words that we speak are the spells that we cast. I say this over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. And I know everybody is tired of hearing me. However, it's the truth, okay? That's the reason why prayer works. That's the reason why manifestation works. That's the reason why intentions work. It's because those are the words that you are casting. That's the reason why we call it spelling, okay? So be mindful of your words, be mindful of your intentions, be mindful of your energy. You want to stay out of the lower vibrations of this Emperor energy. You know, the Emperor can be very domineering, but it's also get up and go, take action, owning who you are, being confident in who you are. It can also be the narcissist, all about self, right? So, be mindful of the energy. Be mindful of all this fire. And know when it's time to take a leap of faith, especially when it's time to take a leap of faith for something new, exciting. There is a lot of manifestations that are coming in. There's a lot of things that are on its way that we will be encouraged to take a leap of faith with. Are you paying attention to what's coming in? Are you getting the messages clearly? Are you ready to go on the fool's journey and to leap into it? Because I do feel that when we truly listen to the guidance and we're not afraid to take a leap of faith, we're going to be blessed along the way. The Fool also is not afraid to travel light and knows that everything will be provided for. I've been on the Fool's journey. I get it. I was kind of forced into it. And it was the second part of my dark night of the soul. I've been through multiple dark nights of the soul. Sometimes that happens. The first dark night of the soul happened 2017. And then again in 2020. And then again in 2021, 2022. And the third one lasted for a really long time. However, don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. Don't be afraid to travel lightly. Don't be afraid to explore new things, okay? There's also money that's going to be coming in. Now, like I said, with this Venus opposing Uranus, we're only within a 3-degree orb of that opposition. We're still going to be feeling it. Things could go either way, okay? You can have a sudden loss or a sudden blessing that you don't see coming. And it truly all depends on your karma and the seeds that you have planted, all right? I love you guys. I hope these messages find you well, and I will see you tomorrow for another update. Bye.